Hi, Jose. Good evening.
Hi, Anita, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm fine too.
That's good to know. So, okay. We're gonna start with today's class. Today's lesson is about models of permission, right? Uh, so we have two questions. Do you mind if I open the window? Could I ask you to wait? So first of all, we're gonna listen this audio.
Hi, how are you today? Do you mind if I open the window? It's a little warm here today. Could I ask you to wait just a second? Thanks. We use do you mind and could to ask permission. Let's look at these and some other ways to ask permission.
All right, so we have some models, as you know. We saw models of possibility, right? Today's lesson is about models of permission, right? This lesson is kind of short, right? So we're gonna learn how to use them. So first of all, we're gonna listen to the first audio, and let's learn more about how to use them, and let's see how many models of permissions do we have.
We use may, could, and can, plus a subject and the base form of the verb to ask for permission.
May I speak to someone at Kicks? Could I speak to someone at Kicks? Can I speak to someone at Kicks?
May is more formal than could and can. Can is the least formal.
Right. So we often use verbs with modal meanings to talk about permission, and in some cases, it depends on the context of an obligation, right? The first one is can, right? As we can see, can I speak to someone in case? We often use can to ask for and give permission, right? So we're gonna see the explanation then, but something that you have to know, there is no difference in meaning, right? It's almost the same. Could is the past of can. May, it's similar to ask for permission, and then may is more formal than could and can, and the least formal is can, right? That's all, because the moment that we're gonna maybe try to translate or something like that, in meaning, it's the same, right? So we have may I speak to someone, could I speak, or can I speak? Something that you have to look for is the structure. First of all, we're gonna, if it's a yes no question, we're gonna go directly to the structure, right? And it is the modal, the subject, and the verb in its base form. And the same happens with all the models, right? There is no difference at all. All of them follow the same structure, so then you can conjugate it as it is, right? So let's continue with point number 2. You're gonna see the other day I was looking for some comments on Facebook, and I was looking for this word, please. It is very common, right? I was looking for some requests, right? And the use of please is very common, right? So we often use please. So it has we can apply for other models, not only for permission, but it always go in the middle, right? So let's listen to the second audio.
We often use please to ask for permission more politely. Please can go before the base form of the verb.
May I please speak to someone at Kicks?
Please can also go at the end of the question. When this happens, we use a comma before please.
May I speak to someone at Kicks, please?
Okay, so the use of please, in my opinion, I think it's part of being cordial, right? Not so much of grammar, right? I mean, it's not like you have to put it, but it's part of being a kind person, right? Or a cordial person. So wherever ways. We're gonna use please to ask for permission more politely. You can conjugate it with all the models, right? Can, could, must, right? I don't know, with all the models. And the structure is the same. It always goes in the middle of my subject and the verb in its base form. Okay, so it always go there. Now you have another option that you can also place it at the end, right? So if you're gonna do it, you have to use a comma, space, and the word placed in order to sound more politely. Okay. So, but you don't have to forget that we use a comma. This is very important. At the moment that we're going to talk about the punctuation, right? It's very, very important. So that will be everything until this part. Jose, do you have any question maybe?
Yes, what is the most common use of place?
The first one.
The first one. Okay.
Yes, the first one is more common, and it's in the same happen with all the models, right? You can place it at the middle. You know, the second one, it's most useful when you're gonna write in writing. It's very common to place it at the end with a comma.
All
But
right.
in spoken English, the first one is most useful, right?
All right.
Okay, so let's continue then.
We usually answer questions about permission with words like yes, sure, certainly, of course, and go ahead.
Could I ask you a question?
Sure. We can use may or can in short answers about permission, but we never use could.
Could I look at the directory?
Yes, of course you can.
Okay, so we have some options when we want to answer for those questions about permission. We have yes, sure, certainly, of course, and go ahead, right? All of them are the most common, right? It's the same. There is no difference at all. You can use all of them, right? In whatever situation you want. So in this case, we're going to talk specifically about the use of could. When a person is going to ask us something, or maybe the question implies could, as if in the second example, could I look at the directory, right? So Nick is using could. How about the question? We never use could in questions, right? Never. Because of the time tense, right? Because it could sound illogical, we can't use it. In that case, we have to use the base form of the verb. The modal verb is could, so its base form is can. We have to write it. Could I look at the directory? Yes, of course you can. I'm not saying yes, of course you could, because it is in the past, but the situation didn't happen yet. Okay, so that's the reason of why we can't use could, because it's something near to happen. Then we can use may or can in short answers about permission. Okay, so you have the option to use could or can in order to ask something that implies permission, right? And look at the structure, and our question is the modal, the subject, and the verb, right? And of course the question mark. Yes, the comma, again, the punctuation, of course you can, and the period. This is very important, right? To use the punctuation, right, is very important, especially, well, if we are writing, right? So, any question about number 3, maybe?
No, it's okay.
All right, thank you. Let's continue with number 4.
We can also use do you mind to ask permission. Expressions with do you mind are followed by if plus a sentence.
Do you mind if I look at that?
Do you mind is very polite. We do not use please with do you mind.
Okay, so this is very important, right? This do you mind? It's very curious how does it work, right? A lot of English learners, right? A lot of my students tell me that they have a trouble with the question, do you mind? It's a bit of a complicated question to ask and answer, right? Partly because of the meaning of the word mind, okay? As a verb, mind means to be bothered, okay? Or to be upset by something. So if I'm gonna say, I don't know, I mind people smoking. Okay, how about this question? How about this sentence? I mean, right? It means that I am bored by or upset by people smoking in a restaurant, right? So now I'm gonna explain you a little bit of the question, right? So the meaning of mind by itself, it means like be bothered or to be upset, right? To be bored or to be upset. Only the word mind. So how about this question? It doesn't have sense, right? If you know or if you think, it doesn't have sense if it means mind. Why do you mind is to ask for a permission, or why is it polite? If it has a contrary meaning from the verb by itself, right? So when we're gonna ask permission, right? First of all, you can use do you mind, right? Plus we have another use of it, right? Is do you mind? Do you mind? Then I can use the verb in its ing form. Do you mind closing the window? Do you mind closing the window? Okay. So when you want to ask someone to do something for you, in this case, do you mind means, do you have any problem, right? The most closer meaning for this, do you mind, for this word, is, do you have any problem? Or maybe does it bother you to close the window? Or do you mind? Okay, so something important about this, it's not part of the lesson, right? But as an extra information, homework is uncountable, right? So it'll be wrong if you say homeworks, right? With S. It's incorrect because it's uncountable, right? Take care about that part. The other day, we had a confusion with one of my students. Okay, so do you mind closing the window? Do you mind helping me with my homework? Okay, so the meaning of do you mind, it's like, do you have any problem or does it bother you, right? And you can also use with the ing form, with the gerund, right? So on the other hand, when you want to do the action or you want a third person to do the action, you can do, you can use it, right? You can do it in this way. Do you mind? Do you mind? Do you mind me? Okay, look at this part. Do you mind me closing? Do you mind closing the window? Do you mind? I can also use a personal noun. Okay. Do you mind, Jack, helping me with my homework? Okay, so you can also use the other form, right? Do you mind? And this is what we have in the example. Do you mind if I sit here, right? So as you can see, we have a lot of options, right? Notice that we generally don't say, do you mind you, or do you mind if you For example, if I'm gonna say, do you mind? Do you mind you? Okay, do you mind you? I'm gonna write with red color. Smoking. Smoking somewhere else, right? So we actually don't use this structure, right? I mean, we don't use the personal pronoun you, okay? So you can do it without it. It's most common, right? It's not wrong, but it sounds weird, right? It sounds weird. So we're gonna avoid this way to use the personal pronoun instead of another one. No, okay? Because when we say, do you mind? It's obviously that I'm asking to you, right? So why do I have to say it again, right? So that's the reason of it. Okay, apart from that, the question goes by, from my point of view, right? If I do something, I don't know if that is gonna bother you. So that's another reason of why we actually don't use you. Do you mind you smoking somewhere else? No. Okay, do you mind if you, right now it's different, right? If I'm gonna say, do you mind if you smoke somewhere else, right? Something like that, but we have to use if, okay? So as you can see, we have a lot of options. You can use with the gerund in this hand. You can use object pronoun in the middle. Do you mind me closing the window? Do you, oh, sorry, I forgot the word mind. Do you mind Jack helping me with my homework? In this case, it refers when you want to do the action, right? So, or maybe you want a third person, it is in the third case, right, Jack? That's the reason why I wrote Jack, because I'm talking about a third person to do the action. In this first example, in this first question, I used me. When you want to, maybe you're gonna use it when you want to do the action. Do you mind me? I'm talking about me, right? So we have to take care in that part. And we have the other use of it, if, right? If I sit here. So yes, that will be everything about this point number 4. So do you have any question?
I don't think so.
All right, thank you. So something that is important though, if you're gonna use if, right? I know it's a question, right? But we don't follow the question order from if, right? We don't use it. We use the sentence order, subject plus verb, the rest of the sentence and the question mark. Okay?
All right.
All right, thank you. So let's continue with point number 5. And this is very important. We have to know how to answer to this question because it could be a little bit rude.
We answer do you mind questions with not at all.
Do you mind if I look at that?
Not at all. Have a look.
Not at all means it's okay. You can do it. If you answer yes to a question with do you mind, you mean it's not okay. You can't do it. We can also answer a do you mind question with sure or go ahead.
Okay, so we have to know how to answer to this question, right? For example, if the question is how do you answer this question, right? You have to remember that do you mind means do you have any problem? So how you answer depends on the situation, right? So I'm gonna give you a situation, right? Someone asked if they can sit at your table and you think it is not a problem. So you are okay if they sit at the same table. So how could you answer? So the question could be, do you mind if I sit here? Right? The problem could be, no, I don't mind. Or please have a seat. Or no, I don't, or no, go ahead, right? In general, When someone asks, do you mind? And you don't mind, the usual answer is no, I don't mind, or no, I go ahead. So if I'm gonna say, and do you mind if I open the window? So the answer could be no, not at all, please do so, right? Or do you mind if I turn on the TV? No, go ahead. Do you mind if I leave work early today? No, not at all. Okay. So the other situation is someone asked if they can sit at your table, but you think it's a problem, it is a problem. So you are not okay if they sit at the same table. You can answer like this. So do you mind if I sit here? No, I'm sorry, this seat is taken. Or I'm sorry, I'm waiting for someone. Okay. So a common mistake for this question when we're gonna answer is that we say yes. Okay. So
Okay.
if you're gonna say yes, it means like yes, you have a problem with it. Do you mind if I look at that? Yes. Okay, if I'm gonna say yes, it's like yes, I have a problem, right? I have a problem with that, so the answer is no. So if I'm gonna answer no, it means okay, do you mind if I look at that? Not at all. Have a look, right? Why? Because do you mind is do you have any problem if, right? Do you have a problem? Do you bother if? Okay. So when someone that's what I told, right? So by the way, we can say do you mind with a word intonation, right? To show someone that they are annoying, right? Or bothering us. I don't know if you have any question about this part.
No, no, no.
All right,
Clear.
thank you. Okay, thank you. So again, this is part of point number 6. It's part of being cordial, being kindness, right? So when we actually say no, do you mind if I take a look at this, right? Yes, right? So the answer is no. We have to know how to answer it, right? We have to apologize and give a reason. It's not part of grammar, but it's more polite, right? Even though it's part of being kindness, as I told you. So let's listen to number 6.
When we say no to a question about permission, we usually apologize and give a reason.
May I speak to someone else at Kicks?
Sorry, Nick, but there's no kicks here either.
Okay, so the pronunciation is either, right? The receptionist has a British accent, so that's the reason why he said either, right? But in American English, it's either, neither, and either. So when we say no to a question about permission, we usually apologize and give a reason, right? So may I speak to someone else at Kicks? We're using may because it's a little bit more formal. The structure, subject plus verb. Sorry, right? We are apologizing about the situation, Nick, but there is no Kicks here, and we're trying to give a reason of why did we say no, right? So that will be everything about this lesson. It was a short one, as I told you. I don't know if you have any question about the lesson.
I don't think so. It's okay. I think it's
All
very
right, thank
easy.
you. I'm sorry?
It's very easy.
Yes, all the morals are easy, right? So yes, I guess this is the last. Oh no, we have 2 models more, but the structure is with the present perfect, right? So that will be everything about the models with the base form. I mean, with basic models, right? We're gonna see more in kind of intermediate level with models. So okay, so that will be everything until this point. All right. So we're gonna practice a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go directly to our PDF. Okay, PDF. I mean to our docs. So give me a second. Where is it? All right. So I'm gonna send you a link so you know how does it work. Now I solved the problem. I had to I remember my password. So, okay. Oh no, what is this? Give me a second. No, this is not the link. Okay, I hope now I can. Okay, there you go. All right. So, you're gonna send me a request, please.
Okay. Give me a second. All right.
So, before to continue, Jose, I asked to the coordinator if we had your proposal, right? If we could have 15 minutes classes more each day, or maybe 30 minutes more. And she told me that no, the answer was no, you can't. Okay. So for that reason, I have to reschedule the tomorrow. I have to reschedule the class for tomorrow. Okay.
What
So
time? What time is it?
at 9 a.m. right? Because I have another course event
What?
at 11.
9 a.m. It's in Bolivia, right?
Yes, yes,
It's like a 7 a.m. No, I
yes.
can't.
I can imagine something like that.
Yeah,
Or
I can't.
I don't know.
I I I have to take a flight.
Oh, you told me.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. So I don't know if you agree with. I'm gonna take the class recorded, right? So
Yeah.
you can take a look of it.
Yeah, might not a problem.
Okay, thank you. Yes, because the other girl told me that she's gonna be able tomorrow. So I don't know if she's gonna connect, right? I don't know who is this girl.
Uh-huh.
So yes,
Who
okay,
is she?
yes, I don't know who. I don't know who. The other day, she joined to the class, right, to the call, but I don't know what happened. Maybe she had some problems with with her the internet. I don't know. Finally, we couldn't have classes, right? So,
Right.
as you know, the link of our YouTube channel is in the group, is in our descriptions group. So you have to take a look of it. If you have any question, just let me know. Okay.
Alright.
All right. Thank you. So I already shared with you. So you have some exercises there. You're gonna complete all of them, right?
Alright.
As you can see, you have, for example, you are a child and you
Uh,
formally ask the teacher for permission to leave the room. Okay, you formally ask a teacher for permission. Oh, okay, you are polite, but don't use me. You are
we
feeling
can
informal.
w- we can do the first exercise together.
Yes, for sure. So as I told you, the most formal is may, and the most
Yeah,
common, right? So may I leave the room?
make cool can, right?
Yes, may. May I leave the room? Okay, because in our instructions said that we have to be, oh, we have to be formal, right?
John.
Okay.
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
So go ahead, please.
All right. Just it's okay.
Yes, could I go to a party tonight? Okay, to a party, to the party, right? To the party. To the party.
To the part. To the part. Right.
Okay. Yes, that's all.
Okay.
To the tired tonight.
I'm a little tired.
Yes, don't worry. It's Friday though, so tomorrow you're gonna
Yeah.
fly. So you must be happy.
No, 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 no.
Not
The,
really?
no, tomorrow I will be happy. Today, no.
Oh, that's
Just for permission not to cover what you're for.
no.
Can
Okay, very good. Can I can I not come early tomorrow?
you told your colleague that he has permission to come later tomorrow? But it will be a really a problem. Okay.
Okay, how about number 4? You tell your colleague that hypothetically he has permission to come later tomorrow, but it will really be a problem. So, how about the other option, but not a question? Come, you could come in later tomorrow, but it would really be a problem. That could be an option for it, right?
Okay.
So you could come in later tomorrow, but it would really be a problem because of the situation. So please try to modify that one.
No, it's okay.
All right, thank you. But
Okay.
we have problems. All right, thank you. Now it's great.
Cool. Tell you.
Picture managers and meetings when there is something just okay. All right, that's true. Oh, but it's not a question, right? Try to do it without a question. Well, it's okay, the option, but try to do it without a question, please. Because it's not, it sounds a little bit rude. But maybe you could give, you could make a suggestion. For example, using can't, right? To talk about things that we actually are not, we don't have to do, right? We don't have to do, but it's against the rule, the rules maybe, right? We can use can't. You can't wear jewelry at school, and that's all. Okay.
That's it.
Not all of the exercises below are questions, right? You have the options
Okay.
to change.
You can wear gel at school. That's it.
Yes, yes,
All right.
it's like that. You can't wear jewelry at school. Thank you. That's all.
Okay. Say that he's your employee. You can go to
Okay, thank you. You can. Oh, it's incorrect. The preposition, to use to, right? We don't need a preposition. You can go home because it's not a purpose, right? You can go home early. Okay, now it's okay. You can. Okay. Please say like that. Has it gets to preparation to go early until he finished all the work first. Okay. Already he finished your work. Okay, thank you. It's great. All right. So truthfully, that is not allowed to bring a friend. It's not allowed. Maybe you must, because it's your colleague, so you have to talk with them with a little bit of formality.
You must allow to bring a friend. It's okay.
You
But you mustn't bring a friend.
must not. As I told you, I don't know if we saw this lesson with you. It exists, right? The word mustn't exist, but it's not correct in grammar, right? So try not to use the contraction must not. Yes, now it's okay, right? You're gonna see that there are words and pages that they write like that mustn't, right? But it's a bit of informality, right? So it goes contrary to the meaning of must, right? It's formality. It's a formal word. I mean, right? So you must not bring a friend. Okay, thank you. You must. Okay. You must not. Okay, how about number 8?
Okay. Let's say the contact normal explanation.
Okay, very good. That's the correct one. Not allowed. The correct one is not great. Thank you. It is great.
Ask for permission. Use a polite negative question. Okay. May.
No one has noticed. Very good. Great one. That's the correct answer. No one has noticed. Oh, oh.
In number 10, how you use a polite negative question.
No one must. No, no one. No one. Give it. Okay. Can you listen to me?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I had a problem with my microphone. Okay. No one must not smoke here. Okay, when we actually no one, it's already a negative, right? No one must smoke in the tub. No one must not. Okay, I'm gonna check for that sentence, right? I'm not sure. Right? If we no one must smoke here, no one, just because no one is it's negative, right?
It's no one must smoke on the
here.
tube. It's
Yes.
without not, right?
Yes, because no one. Remember that we have nobody. We
Yeah.
have those that starts with no, so it could be incorrect if we use another negative in that sentence. You know. But if we are talking about our rule, I guess it's okay. No one must not smoke on the tube, right? We're gonna take like that because we're talking about the rule, right? So when we actually do that, we make the emphasis just must not, right? So in this case, it's okay. I'm gonna check where it is because I'm not sure at all. No one must.
All right. The number 10.
Okay. Ask for permission to finish your essay. Use a polite negative question. Okay. In this case, we could say, couldn't I finish my essay next week? Couldn't I? Right? Couldn't I?
Sorry. Couldn't. Couldn't.
Yes, couldn't.
Couldn't.
Right? Couldn't.
Cool.
Couldn't I finish my essay next week? Yes, you get it. That's okay.
Couldn't I? Okay. All right.
All right, thank you. Couldn't I finished? Could I? Couldn't I finish?
It's okay. It's couldn't I finish this exam the next week?
Yes,
It's
may
permission
not, may I?
finish.
Yes, it's a polite. Yes, it's a polite. We can replace it by may, though. May I not? No, may not. May I not finish May I not finish? Just say next week, but we have to change the order, right? Couldn't I? Okay, so the other option would be with may, because it's a bit of polite, right?
Okay.
May I not finish? No, yes, it's okay. Couldn't I finish the say next week? Yes, it's okay. Because we're using contraction, right? If we are not gonna use contraction, we have to change the order. Not, we have to place it between the subject and the verb. Could I not finish, right? Or the other option could be using the tag questions, right? So you have two options for it. But if we wrote a contraction, it's okay, because the contractions can't go with the subject, for example, or with the verb. It always needs to be with the model. So that's the reason of why we have couldn't I finish the say next week? Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you. So let's continue.
Okay.
I think yes, it's okay.
John Aristotelita permission in us to prove the
And the same happens with other models, right? If you're gonna write a negative question with the model verb, right? You have the option to for example to write a negative, right? For example, can't you see, right? So wouldn't you think? Can't you tell? Can't you read? Can't you understand? Right? So if we're gonna use, if you're gonna make a negative question, and it's more common to use it with contraction. The contraction needs to be you need to place it in the model, right? There is I guess there is a rule of it, but we only use contractions, right? Because if you're gonna modify it, if you're gonna change the place of not, the sentence or the question is gonna lose sense, right? So won't it work? Won't it work? Wouldn't you know? Won't you come? Won't you say? Can't they miss? Can't it wait? Right? So don't forget, for negative questions, we use contractions, okay? So it's okay if I say, where is that exercise?
all right.
Couldn't I finish? Right?
Okay, and the number 11, could John do the report? It's okay.
Okay, as John had a hypothetical permission in the past to do the report. Yes, it's okay. The past of can is good. Okay, good. Oh, but it's in the past. Yes. Could John have done the report? Could John have done the report? We're using the past perfect, but the question is, but why are we using have? Because of the rule of the model. When we use a model, the next verb needs to be in its base form. All right. You get it?
It's could John have done the report? It's okay.
Yes.
Have done.
I guess we didn't see the lesson, right?
It's present perfect now.
Yes, it's past perfect, right? But we are not writing had because it's a verb, and when we use models and verbs, we have to use the base form of the verb. So it will be incorrect if I'm gonna say could John have done the report, because I'm not following the rule. So when you're gonna use the model, even if it's a question, you have to use the base form of the verb. All right? You get it, Jose?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
To feel polite. Man, I'm not attempt to make
Okay. What number is it? 12. No. May I not attend? Okay, thank you. That's great. May I not attend the meeting? So tell someone that last week you had permission to finish work early. All right. So, Jose, could you please give me a second? Continue practicing, please. Someone is knocking my door, so I want to see who is this, right? So
Right.
please give me a second. All right, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. Could you finish? Oh, last week I could finish. Don't forget, Jose, when you're gonna use the model, in this case, you're using could. So you have to use the base form of the verb. Could you finish? Okay.
What? 14.
No, 13. Okay.
Thir-
You
No,
wrote.
this is 13.
Yes, you wrote finished,
Oh, okay. It's
right?
infinitive.
Yes, always
Okay.
in its base form. Always. Okay, last week I could finish work early.
Okay. Ask your friends you have permission to call them.
Ask your friend if you have permission to borrow some money. Use an informal negative question. Okay. Couldn't I borrow? Very good, thank you. Couldn't I?
Cool. And you?
Couldn't. Oh yes, I
You.
didn't notice that. Yes, couldn't you?
Uh,
Yes, I didn't notice that. Couldn't you borrow some money? Couldn't you borrow
Cool.
some money?
Can find out for yeah. Okay. Explain that when you were later you didn't have much to want. When was little little cool golden watch
All right, thank you.
TV
Explain.
watch.
When you were little, you didn't have permission to go to bed in the morning, correct? When I was little. When I was little, I couldn't watch TV anymore. Okay, thank you.
Tell someone that she has permission to take a photo of her internet. You are a teacher speaking to us. Okay. Um, you you
I tell someone she has permission to take a bottle of water into the exam. Your teacher is speaking to a student. Okay. You may take. Very good. Thank you. That's the correct answer.
okay, explain that this journey to the have permission to wear their own clothes to school. Okay, the children. Yesterday. I'm not sure. Cold. Warm. Day. Um,
Okay.
um,
Explain. Yesterday, the children. That yesterday,
in
children.
the school.
Yesterday.
In school.
Oh, were allowed. Yesterday, were. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, I don't think that could be the best context. Maybe we're gonna try to change the model, right? We're gonna say allowed, we're allowed, okay? We didn't see this in our slides. We're allowed to wear. Oh, give me a second. We're allowed to wear. And okay, we're allowed to. Okay, instead of could. Yesterday, the children could were allowed. We could use, we have the option of use could, but we maybe we can replace it with another time tense as we saw in the other example, right? But as we didn't see it yet, we're not gonna do it. We're directly gonna change the order, right? We're gonna try to modify. It's not this is not a model, but I can show you something that we didn't see before, right? So that's the reason why I changed the option. Okay, yesterday children were allowed to wear their own clothes in school. And let's continue with number 19. Ask a friend for permission to use her phone. The informal.
All right. That's a friend for permission to use the phone. The informal can I use your phone? Okay.
All right, thank you. Can I use your phone? That's great. This is
During the iPod, she has permission to have another but make
all
her
right. Tell your
say
child to give his permission to have another screen. But you think
oh,
it was like that? Okay.
okay. Um
Or A95. Okay, do you mind? Oh, but if you are telling your child, you can ask her for a permission. You are giving a permission her,
No, she
right?
has permission.
Tell your child, okay. So you can ask to your child, if do you mind if you have another ice cream? Maybe you could have another ice cream. You could have another ice cream. Ice cream. Okay, now it's okay.
Right.
All right,
To
thank you.
ask your mom for permission to walk. Just
All right,
really
that's
informal.
okay. Very good. Can.
Yeah. Or or all right.
All right, thank you.
Explain to your student that she doesn't have permission to bring up politics. Be quiet. You can you can bring a phone into class. All right. Say that John has a permission to report. You can do report the client will to the client.
You can bring, okay, thank you. Then you third, John, you could do the report the client. You could do the report. The client would be fine. Thank you. The client will be fine with that. Great. That was great. So what else?
When I was little,
Okay, so Stan, when you were trying.
I
Okay.
could play games in the street. Transformation tool to the party people and use.
Ask for permission to go to repolate and use negative question. Okay, that's the last one. It's similar to the other one.
Yeah. Go to the party.
Okay, thank you. And that's oh, okay,
Yeah,
yes.
let's go.
May not finish the party. Right.
Like a 30 minutes.
Yes, yes, it was so, right? So we'll learn how to use negative questions, right? And there were some exercises that it was not part of the lesson. Maybe we're gonna look for them forward, right? So I don't know if you have any question with this activity.
No, no, I'm okay.
All right, maybe with the lesson.
Just one question about the assignments. Or we cover all the topics.
Yes, C1, right? I've already assigned it on Monday, if I'm not wrong. No, Monday
No,
night.
no, we develop all the topics on the assign.
Yes, this is our second lesson. Tomorrow is gonna be the third lesson. That's what you mean?
Yes, but about the science, I don't know if have another topic that we don't have touch.
This one?
No,
Okay.
in the,
Yes, this is the C1, right? We saw past continuous with when, right?
yes.
Today we look for
Wow.
some models of permission,
Comparisons. It's the last one.
right? And tomorrow it's gonna be about comparisons with as plus adjective plus as. Okay, so that's the lesson, the only lesson that we didn't look for, right? But I'm gonna everything is automatically, right? So once I finish the class, so you're gonna be able to watch the whole day, right? It's not difficult at all, this lesson. It's very, very short, right? Okay, there you have it. Okay, so I'm gonna explain this lesson tomorrow, right? As smart as, it's only as with an adjective plus as, right? I'm gonna explain another part of this lesson because we don't have actually in person. We currently don't have it, but everything is gonna be on the recording, right?
All right, all right.
All right, thank you. So, do you have any question, maybe?
No.
All right, thank you. Do you still have time, Jose, to watch a short video? Well, it's not a video. Are some questions?
Yeah, ma'am, I have like a 5 minutes.
All right, that's great. So, okay, so we're gonna listen this audio, right? This recording.
All
So
right.
you're gonna choose the best option, okay? So the first one is, the meeting is no later than expected. True or false? Let's listen to it.
Hello, Sarah. This is just to let you know that your 4:30 viewing has been pushed back to 5 o'clock. Hope this new time is good for you.
What do you think?
No, it's full.
All right,
It's
it was true, right? It was true. Okay. Okay, that's the reason why it was true. So viewing has been back to 5 o'clock. Let's listen to this audio, please, to the word.
Hello, Sarah. This is just to let you know that your 4:30 viewing has been pushed back to 5 o'clock. Hope this new time is good for you.
All right. Did you get it?
Has been pushed back. Push. No, back. Is it? Just
Oh,
push.
yes. It's pushed back. Okay, has been pushed back. Let's take it. Let's take a look. Oh, it was in the past.
Push.
Yes,
Yeah. Has
because
been
of the
pushed.
structure, right?
Yeah.
Has been pushed back.
What does it mean? Now has been pushed? It's like change,
To
right?
postpone. Yes, to postpone something.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's a great word to use. So let's continue. The meeting is at the same time. It's another conversation.
Okay.
Mr. Jones, I'm just calling to let you know that your 10 o'clock meeting tomorrow morning has been brought forward. It's now at 9:30. I thought I'd warn you. You wouldn't want to be late.
All right. What do you think?
False.
All right, thank you. So you're gonna complete with the missing word. So let's listen to it one more time.
Mr. Jones, I'm just calling to let you know that your 10 o'clock meeting tomorrow morning has been brought forward. It's now at 9:30. I thought I'd warn you. You wouldn't want to be late.
It's Brock for Brock.
Broke,
Yeah, I think broke.
broke, like this.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
No, it's broke forward.
Okay, forward. I didn't
No.
listen.
It's forward. It's in the.
Oh, it's there. My goodness, I
Yeah.
didn't read it. Okay, so it is incorrect. The correct answer it was brought, right? Brought forward.
Road.
Okay, brought forward. It's like put at the beginning, maybe.
Brown. It's a pass of bring. No.
Yes, yes, it is. Has been. It's a participle. The past and the
Yeah.
participle.
Participle
So
pass
because
of
of the
bring.
structure, it's the participle.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let's listen one more time.
Hi, Mrs. Rogers. This is Mandy Peterson. I'm just calling to say I'm really sorry, but I won't be able to make it in today. I was up all night with my little one. He's running a temperature and complaining of aches and pains. He's really lethargic too, which is worrying. Hopefully it's a 24-hour bug and he'll be fine tomorrow. If not, I'll make sure that I arrange alternative childcare, so I'll definitely be in the office tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, what do you think? Make an appointment with the doctor.
The third told her boss she won't be at work today.
Okay, thank you. It was great. Okay, I'm just calling you to say I'm really sorry because, but I won't be able to.
To
Listen
okay,
one more time.
okay, that's fine.
Hi, Mrs. Rogers. This is Mandy Peterson. I'm just calling to say I'm really sorry, but I won't be able to make it in today. I was up all night with my little one. He's running a temperature and complaining of aches and pains. He's really lethargic too, which is worrying. Hopefully it's a 24-hour bug and he'll be fine tomorrow. If not, I'll make sure that I arrange alternative childcare, so I'll definitely be in the office tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.
All right, what do you think?
I don't know. It's I just listen into it, but I don't
We're
know.
gonna listen to it one more time, only to the first part, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Mrs. Rogers. This is Mandy Peterson. I'm just calling to say I'm really sorry, but I won't be able to make it in today. I was up all night with my little one. He's running a temperature and complaining of aches and pains.
Into the
Okay, what do you think? I will be able to
but I don't know.
make, if I'm not wrong. Yes, to make it in. It is a phrasal verb, right?
To make it.
Its meaning is, yes, it's a new one, right? Make it in.
Yeah,
Okay, it's like meaning to go to work, because the girl says, I'm really sorry, but I won't be able to make it in. You know what, it was a difficult verb because the pronunciation, she did kind of fluently, but it was make it in. Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you. So, all right. So that is everything for today. You got 50%. We're gonna continue practicing. This is a C1 and C2 practice, right? So and now you know a new phrase.
I just need B2.
Yes, but I usually give my students one more level, right?
Okay.
In order to learn more
and you are
vocabulary.
a teacher of TOEFL too.
Yes, I'm on it. I'm on it. The other day I took my TOEFL and I got a 105 out of
Wow.
120, I guess,
I
right?
just need
It was
I just need 80, 85.
yes, it depends. There is no bad grades, but yes, we need to keep practicing. That's the reason why I try to give all of my students more practices like this to the TOEFL part, right? So, do you have any question, Jose?
No, I'm okay.
All right, thank you. That's great to know. So I'm gonna launch the poll. I'm gonna prepare the recording for tomorrow morning, and that'll be everything for today. I hope you had a great weekend, and I'm gonna see you on Monday.
See you. Bye.
See you. Bye bye.